Welcome to Blonde Cards and Crafts. Let's make something together. Hello crafter, welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. Today we're going to make a card and we're using the Love From Lizi July 2024 card kit and it's called Sweet Summer. This is a beautiful kit. It is full of colour and full of product and I'm really enjoying crafting with it. So I hope you'll join me now as we flip the camera down to the desk and make a card together. For this card, we're going to make an 8x8 card base. Now I have this one, it's a shop bought one and it comes with envelopes as well. So I want to show you how you can take a 6x6 piece of pattern paper and actually make an 8x8 card. Sometimes it's nice to go big when we're giving a card to a family member or friend. So this is, as I said, a shop bought one, but it measures 16 by 8 and it's scored at 8. I then have a piece of blue cardstock. This is from my stash. This piece measures 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, and I'm going to layer that on to my card base like so. So I'm bringing the focus into the center for this card. I've got a piece of 7.5 by 7.5 white cardstock. I've embossed it with an embossing folder from my stash and it's a brick embossing folder. This is going to be a masculine card, so I'm going with the brick look for that. And then we have a piece of pattern paper from the kit. This piece measures 6 by 6. It's going to sit in here like so, and it'll bring the whole lot in to the center. Now I'm going to use some Distress Oxide ink. This is Wild Honey. I'm going to ink blend around the edge of my pattern paper as well as around the edge of my brick, and that'll tie the colors together. I'm going to use this Love From Lizi die set and it was from the March 2024 Vintage Escapes kit. Now Lizi does have a plethora of dies on the website, so don't forget to have a look down in the description. I'll put a link down there to Lizi's website and to the other design team members, to the size of our card, so all the sizes that you'll need for that, and to our Facebook group. So there's, you know, have a look in the description. If you have Love From Lizi kits and you want to copy this, then you can fire away, but you can use whatever you have in your stash. It doesn't have to be Love From Lizi if you're unlucky enough not to be a subscriber. So I'm going to use the Brother die here, and I'm also going to use the Happy Birthday dies, and this is from the Word and Shadow dies as well. And we have For You, With Love and Happy Birthday on this set. So here is my happy birthday, and you can see here that I have put some of this navy cardstock onto some foam, and I've then die cut out the shadow of the happy, and I have die cut out the happy letters itself from white cardstock. And you can see that in the die set it comes with a shadow or an outline piece, and then it has the word itself. So I've done that with the happy and I've done that with the birthday, and that'll give us our happy birthday sentiment there. And I've also got this one. It's a brother sentiment. Now this die comes from this one here. It was the Love From Lizi March 2024 Vintage Escapes, and I find this one is definitely a go-to because it has granddad, brother, dad and son, so it's very, very handy. And I love the font of this brother. Again, I took the navy cardstock, I put it on foam tape, and then I die cut out the word, and I just ran that through my Big Shot one time. Don't go back over it a second time, otherwise your letters, they'll move. In the foam will move in the die. So just run it through your die cutting machine once and then take it out. I find a lot of the time it cuts through the backing paper of my foam tape, but not always or everywhere. And that doesn't matter because I don't need it to. I can just peel it off the top. So my sentiment will be happy birthday, brother, like so. I've also taken a strip of some navy cardstock and a strip of white. This is embossed from the white piece that I've done here. So this was an offcut, and this piece, I think it's 3/4 of an inch by the same size as our white piece there, 7.5. So, and this piece then is 1 inch by 7 3/4, and I'm going to pop that on the inside of my card to embellish it. I'm then going to embellish the front of my card using some of the lovely stickers. So I'm going to use the kite here. I'm going to have that up on here, and I'm going to also use the rainbow that's here. Now some of the stickers, there's this little one here. I fussy cut this out, and you can see it's an image that was on a piece of the pattern paper. So, you know, your pattern papers, your ephemera, etc., you can use parts of images on them if you like. So this one I'm going to put inside, and I'm going to put it just on my little piece like that, or I may put it near my sentiment. But you can see there's another one here. So if I didn't want the bright days ahead, I could just fussy cut that out. I would stick that onto a piece of white cardstock, computer paper, whatever you have. Fussy cut it out, it'll make it easier, and then put a bit of glue on the back of that. So like I said, I'm going to use the kite. I'll probably have the kite down here somewhere, and then my rainbow up here. But you know what I'm like? It all comes down to when I'm putting it together and how I feel. And then for a finish, what did I want on here? I think I was going to take a banner and then pop that on the inside. So yeah. For a finish then, I'm going to use a Made to Surprise Happy Birthday sentiment, and that is our card. So it's a simple card. It's just matte and layers, using pattern paper from the kit, using some of the stickers from the kit, using products from previous Love From Lizi card kits, as well as the website. That's our card. I'm going to go ahead now and we'll do a bit of assembly. So I have my Distress Oxide here ready to go, and these are both laminated white cardstock, and then I have this non-slip. You generally put it under chopping boards, or you know, use it in a workshop or whatever. I just find them great for helping, you know, these to not move so much. They still move a little bit, but not as much. So I'm just going to ink blend a little bit of this around the outside, and I like to go kind of heavy on the corners and then fade it down as I go along, and then go back heavy in the corners again. And, you know, I'll pull that out a little bit further. And it just brings a little bit of definition into our piece of pattern paper, rather than it just being a plain piece of pattern paper on there. We were just jazzing it up a little bit with some ink blending, and I like to do this on my cardstock, you know, and on my pattern paper. I think it just, you know, it adds to it. I think this would have been lovely and would be lovely without the ink blending. Does it need it? No. But do I enjoy doing it? Yes, I do, and hence the reason why. And I think it just brings, it kind of focuses everything down into the center of our pattern paper. So now, doesn't that look lovely? And as that dries, it'll dry back a little bit and it'll even out in color. It'll be absolutely lovely. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to do it to our piece of brick. Now, if I was putting a more focused piece here, I would, you know, ink blend little patches and stuff. But because it's basically just the outer edge of this we're going to see, I'll do exactly the same thing as what I've done on our lovely piece of pattern paper. And it'll just pull those two colours together. And I think these are lovely colours as well. The blue and white and gold, I just love those colours together. I think they look really lovely. So now we're nearly there. These are the parts that I like when I'm doing a card, the little extras like this. It's time consuming because I'm spending more time on it, but I don't know, I think it just brings something to the finish of your card. I think it's what raises the level up, you know. And I love the fact that you can have a couple of card makers together. You can give them all the same products and, you know, they'll all come up with a different card idea. Isn't it fab? So now there is our white panel. There is our pattern paper panel, and I'll probably raise that up a little bit. And I just need to ink blend along the top there a little bit more to pull it down. So I'm just using what's on the brush now because I want to be able to see that yellow. Now, isn't that lovely? I love that. Okay, so now I'm going to move all this stuff out and I'm going to stamp my sentiment and then we'll do some assembly. So I have my stamp on my stamping platform. I'm going to use a little ink. I'm going to go with the Twilight ink. And this is VersaFine Clair ink. I could have used my black ink or my Nocturne ink, but I'm going to go with the blue color as we have blue on our card itself. So I'm just allowing the ink to transfer now from my stamp to my cardstock. We can see how that looks. It needs a little bit more. So there still is ink left on the stamp. That's why I'm going back down with this. I don't want to add more ink until I have all the ink off my stamp. And you can actually see when you lift the stamp up where the ink is left on and where it isn't. So that looks really good. My birthday just looks a little bit patchy. So I'm just going to add a little bit more onto that because I don't want to end up putting ink on the whole stamp because then the rest of the sentiment can become overloaded. So I'm just pressing down gently, giving that time. I can see there that the ink has come off and there we go. That looks lovely. And again, it's an ink, so if you allow it time to dry, you'll find that it probably evens out. The ink will even out a little bit. So I'm delighted with that now. I've got my strip and my little rainbow to go on that, so I'll move this out of the way. I'll bring in my little strip and rainbow. I think the rainbow would be nice underneath that there, like so. Could go up on the top either. Yeah, no, I think it's lovely at the bottom. It just finishes that sentiment. And then this will go across here. Now you'll notice on my white panel, I just took my blending brush and just went along. I didn't dip it in the ink. I just used what was on the brush and went along like that. It doesn't need a lot because it will pop. You see there, it will pop because of the navy behind it. So now I'm going to start using my glue to glue it down. I'm going to use my Collal glue. I have the very big bottle and I decanted into the smaller one. It did have an accent glaze in this bottle. So when it was all gone, I rinsed the whole thing out really, really well. I then dried off the bottle using a little bit of kitchen roll, and then I left it for about a day, and then I added my Collal glue, and I've had no problem with that. I just printed up a little label so I'd know that's the Collal glue image, and then that's it. And I love these bottles. They're really good for giving the amount of, if I don't want to use a fine tip, this little nozzle is brilliant. And my glue pins fit beautifully in them. And I like a nice long glue pin, as you can see there. So I have the whole length of the bottle there for my long glue pin. And I like having a glue pin because generally when I'm crafting and not recording, my desk can be a bit of a mess. And so finding a small little pin can be very hard. Or losing it sometimes. I found I was losing them into the bin when I was cleaning up. So now we've just got our little rainbow there. So again, I'll use a little bit of the collal glue for this. I don't need a quick drying glue for this, so I can use the collal glue. Now, I think that's lovely. So now we just need to do the outside. So I've got my sentiment there. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to this. And I'm going to speed through this part now with you. I'll play a little bit of music in the background, and then once we get to just the embellishing of it, I'll come back. And that's the great thing about die cutting out using a foam that has the sticky on it already. Just makes it so much easier. So I want my happy running in the same kind of orientation. If I just put this down like this, then it'll be off. So if I kind of match it, I'm hovering above my happy. I can pull that up and then bring it down. I'll know that it is similar in direction. So I think I'll pop that down there. And the great thing with having the little bit of glue on the back is it'll give me a bit of wiggle room. Now I can put my rainbow sticker down. And I think I'll pop that just there like that. And now I have my brother. And if I was going to use a little bit of glue with this, I'd probably use my quick grab, just because it has a finer nozzle. But I'm not too bothered about this. This is quite sticky. So, and I want to have the brother straight. So I think I'll pop that just there. And I have that just hovering because I'll need to make sure that's straight. Yeah, that's lovely. That'll do nicely. So we have happy birthday, brother. And then it's a matter of embellishing then the outside. So I have some more stickers. So now there is our 8x8 birthday card. And what fun is this? I know we've done nothing special. It doesn't have a pop-up. It's not kinetic. But isn't it a fab card? We've got to use our stickers and our pattern paper from our kit. And then we've brought in some products from our stash. We have some Love From Lizi dies that we've used and a stamp from our stash as well. So that's it. That's card number 7 using the Love From Lizi Sweet Summer July 2024 card kit. If you make this card, we'd love for you to share it on our Facebook groups. Lizi has one, you'll see it come up here, and I have one called Your Cards and Crafts coming up just there. The design team members are also crafting with this card kit. I have links to those in the description as well. That way you can pop over and have a look and see what they have made using this kit. And the measurements for this card is down in the description, as well as the links to the products that I've used. So that's it, folks, for today. Until next time, stay safe, take care, and bye for now. Bye-bye.